ladies and gentlemen, for the 806th time, it is the Mason and Friends Show, featuring that dude called Mike, aka his Black Hand.
Yeah.
As well as a dude called Unit, aka Ryan Brom.
What up, bitches?
Me, I am Mahoney. Welcome to the Mason and Friends Show.
What's happening, y'all? What's good out there today?
Oh man.
So, check this out. I found a stupid ass meme.
You got your stupid ass meme that you wanted to ask a question based on?
Yeah, because I couldn't help but laugh at this shit when I saw it.
Alright, y'all, this could be either completely absurdly stupid or,
Yeah, it's definitely
really,
that one.
or really fun, or hopefully both.
So, it said, if Tarzan was a virgin before he met Jane, or it says, was Tarzan a virgin before he met Jane, or was he clapping gorilla cheeks?
He never R. Kelly did animals.
I can't imagine that he was hooking up with the animals either.
Too much
Yeah.
love.
Too much what?
Too much love. That's like asking, was Dr. Doolittle the fucking animals?
Dr. Doolittle.
Dr. Doolittle. I could see Dr. Doolittle fucking
Wait, what?
animals before Tarzan was fucking animals.
Because he was able
Because
to
you
have
can
a
actually talk
conversation.
to him. Then you have consent enter into the
Yeah.
thing.
So wait a minute.
It's a whole different
based
thing.
on consent.
It's a whole different thing now.
Tarzan is 2-1. All right.
Tarzan was
is
raised
2-1.
by gorillas.
It's 2-1 with the animals. He wanted fuck. That's like saying Aquaman fucks fish.
Not really, because
Why not?
Aquaman,
He's a person of the fish or
He's
of
of the sea.
But hold
Of the
on.
sea?
But see, Aquaman could also communicate with the fish, just like Dr. Doolittle could.
So he can have consent
so he can
as
have
well.
consent as well.
Consent's an important factor here.
Because at the end he converts
hold
all
on.
Otherwise, it's just rape. Because
but
Tarzan
see,
doesn't have consent. Like,
Tarzan knew how to communicate with the gorillas that raised him.
did know
see?
how to communicate with the gorillas
So
and
he
raise them,
could
but that'd
also
be,
sign language in. I'm gonna put it in your ass.
that'd
to
be
the gorilla.
incest, though. He don't know sign language, though.
What the-
He can figure
how
it
did
out.
the gorilla figure out sign? We're not talking about Amy Good Gorilla. We're not talking about.
Bad
Just
gorilla.
like that. Bam.
Bad
Point at
gorilla.
the dick. Him. Mouth.
What the fuck?
Right there. No. And then do the ass.
Point the dick, him,
Dick,
mouth.
dick, you, ass. Dick, you, ass.
You're an ass dick? You're a dick ass?
you, ass.
Dick, you ass. Fucking
And
stupid.
then he's fucking.
You're stupid as shit.
Aquaman just gotta
So
put his
you-
hand up and
wait
they
a
all
minute.
come, bro. They all like, all right.
But wait a
All
minute,
right.
back to the
Dick's
original.
coming out. Dick's coming out. Who's getting it? Who's getting it?
So do you think Tarzan's clapping gorilla cheeks or
I
not?
don't think so, though.
Okay, I don't either.
Because if he's fucking one, he's gotta fuck them all. He can't just fuck one animal, because that's
Wait, no,
Not prejudice or
Tarzan
sexist, it's
was
animalist-
raised by the
animalist.
gorillas. I'm talking about just strictly him fucking gorillas.
just him fucking one gorilla?
He was raised, not one gorilla, but he was raised by
he
gorillas.
had to fuck all the gorillas. He can't just fuck one gorilla, because all
If
the other
he
Can't
gorillas
fuck
would be
all the
mad.
gorillas.
If he look,
If he doesn't fuck the biggest gorilla, the biggest gorilla might fuck him up for fucking
If-
other gorillas or not trying to fuck
if he
him.
was able to beat the alpha to be in charge of the gorilla clan,
If
he'd
he's the
have
alpha,
to
he should
fuck
fuck
him.
everybody.
It's not about that though. He could be slide dicking them on the side. You know what I'm saying?
Because he's human, so he don't know that he ain't doing the
You
wrong.
don't know that he is or isn't supposed to. It would really depend. I think if the
Oh,
monkey
was he just
wants it, the
spooning him at
monkey
night and
gets it.
sliding in there or something?
I think it. Huh?
He's just spooning him at night and sliding in there when he
I
passes out or
don't
something?
think so. I think he's going back and chilling into bed or whatever, back where like he came from.
But here's the other thing, though. Once he got a hold of Jane, he probably tore that ass
He
the
beat
fuck
that ass.
out.
He fucking gorillas. And he
tore that motherfucker
little,
out
like,
the
what's she,
frame.
little British bitch? Yeah, he tore her little ass up.
She ain't know what the fuck to do. Had her doing that.
Yeah, she come from one empire. They just drink tea all the time. So yeah, he probably burned that thing up. Straight grill on that ass.
Oh yeah, he went ham on it. Had to have.
But yeah, that's just like saying Aquaman fucking fish. I don't
But
think
see, Aquaman could fuck. He could fuck a dolphin
yeah,
if
he
he
can fuck
wanted to.
everything he wanted.
They say dolphins are a wild fuck.
Yeah, because dolphins is ready to fuck. So if Aquaman,
They got water-type vagina, so you know, no
this motherfucker said watertight steak.
That might be. That might be a little. I don't know, man. It's hard fucking in the water, so it might be a little.
But it's Aquaman. You just said Aquaman is he's from that shit. That's his
He
realm.
can figure it out. That's his realm, exactly right.
I don't
Yeah.
think.
He could probably create a little air pocket around his dick and like put on a rubber and throw a little lube on that thing.
Oh, and then
God
you put
damn,
on a rubber.
He's Aquaman, right?
God
Wouldn't
damn.
you just be like
He
and
does.
blow like a bubble around your shit?
I don't think he even got to do that. He just gonna slide it in. He know where he slides.
Yeah,
his
he
shit
did
in.
it
Get
wrong.
down like
It ain't
that.
raw. There's Aquaman nut all in the ocean too, man. It ain't just
Yeah.
sperm nut. There's Aqua nut out there.
He ain't worried about the
Aqua
salt
nut.
water's gonna take care
Aqua
of
nut floating
everything.
in there.
It'll wash it away.
Yeah, it'll wash it out.
Absolutely. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, just if he gets consent, what's he worried about? Aquaman's
I
getting
think
that.
Dr. Doolittle would be the problematic motherfucker because he has multitudes of animals.
But you think he would be like talking animals into sex that really don't want it?
What if he was though? That'd be crazy.
Yeah, he'd be like.
I know what'll help you out. I know what'll work for you. Come here.
Some of his dick.
Yeah.
That's disgusting, man.
Look,
Why
he-
you got to bring this up?
He did it.
He didn't do it. You brought it up.
I did
In that duck
Tarzan.
badge.
Duck face.
In that duck badge. His deal. Tarzan deal.
This bitch got that goose
Duck
pussy.
badge. That goose
damn it.
badge.
Y'all are stupid as shit.
Oh man.
So this dick and that duck badge. I hear you. I hear you.
That's pate.
Why that's so fucking funny,
It's so
man? God damn, why that's just so funny?
Got that duck pate with this dick up in there. Y'all ready for some of this dick?
Oh, man.
Asking these here ducks if they ready for this dick.
God dang it. Y'all some fools, man.
I mean, though, like if it was to be a a foul-minded Dr. Doolittle, I would imagine
right,
with
so-
the
all right.
power he's going to work it out. But like I would probably just use it. I would talk to the animals and let them help me bang the owners. You know what I'm saying? If I was Dr. Doolittle.
What do you mean, what we fuck first?
What, if he had an option to fuck all the animals?
What animal is Aquaman fucking
see,
first?
going to a
little whale?
Dolphin all day.
It had to be dolphin.
Telling
You
you.
have to go for dolphin off the bat because
All
dolphin.
day.
Well, he might like a big and he might get a manatee.
You know what?
No, because a
You
manatee's
might
too
want some of that
small,
love.
dude. Or not too
No,
small.
that's
They're-
a water cow.
No, they're big, but they're not like agile, dude. Like I don't, I
Well, he's probably gonna do all the work. I don't see Aquaman being the bottom guy.
You think he's just going to do all the work? He's
I
going to
would
grab
think.
the manatee and throw it into missionary
Yeah,
position
yeah.
and just bang the shit out of it?
I would think. I don't think he's on the bottom kind of guy. I don't think. Like you gonna ride me, bitch. I think he's doing all the fucking, bro.
See, because
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So his hair could be fucking flowing in the
think-
water and shit. You know what I'm saying? He's laying down, his hair ain't doing shit. You know what I mean? You got
You want the waves going
Yeah.
through his head.
Oh yeah.
that's how the Jew imagines this.
That's what I'm saying.
We've gone from Dr. Doolittle, we've gone from Tarzan to Dr. Doolittle to,
I mean, you got hair like that. That
to
shit gotta
Aquaman.
flow centrally when
and
you're
it's,
fucking
and
performing.
it's the hair. He
He's
goes,
fucking a sail on a rock with
he's
the
like-
waves crashing like Little Mermaid with
he's
the.
twisted it around. You know, like when you had the thing when you were a kid and it would spin and it'd be like, this is a rock. Psh, this is a
Yeah.
cow. You know, like, he's like, hold on, man. I got to spin that off of Tarzan. Pass motherfucking.
Dr. Doolittle.
Pass Dr. Doolittle to Aquaman. Yeah, there we go. Now, because Aquaman got sexy hair.
Yeah.
Now I can wrap my head around this hair. Because Aquaman got sexy hair
That shit
now.
gonna be blowing in the wind with the waves crashing up on
Exactly.
the rock.
Exactly.
While he's making love to
He
a
gonna
sea
drive that
lion.
manatee into the not water. He's gonna be banging the manatee on the rocks while all that shit's splashing around him. His hair's gonna be flowing in the air.
Some sensual shit, bro.
With fucking Free Willy playing in the background. When
Definitely a National
when
Geographer.
Free Willy jumped over the wall, that song that was playing when Free Willy jumped over the wall, played in the background while he's banging the fucking manatee on the rocks.
Free Willy's free song while he's banging on the rocks.
yeah. Whatever he jumped over the wall to, that's gonna be the theme song that's gonna play in the background. Oh man. Look how we came up with some fucked up shit, boy, there.
Maintaining fucked up shit for sure.
Oh man, I don't even remember that. I think Michael Jackson might have made that song, the Free Willy song.
That one heal the world, huh?
Heal the world. No, that's not Free Willy.
There's way too many Free Willy songs. Like,
Yeah, I
I have
don't know what
no
it
way
was.
how to figure out the Free Willy song.
God, I don't even remember that movie. I do remember the part where he was jumping over the wall and the white
All
boy.
I remember was the white boy going, did like this, and then put his arm up in the fucking.
He had his arm up and he
Yeah,
jumped over him,
fucking
and the
jumped
water
over
was
the-
splashing all over the boy
Yeah.
while he was jumping over him.
And he's free.
He was out.
Willie was free.
He was like, Willie, you could jump that.
But
With Free Willy harmonica.
Aquaman ain't fucking Free Willy.
He ain't fucking
he
to
ain't
that.
fucking no man to that.
Nah,
ain't fucking to that.
He might be fucking an otter to that, a beaver or something.
That might be an angry fuck though, you know what I mean? I would
What, with
think.
that?
With an otter? Fucking an otter?
Otters look like they might be soft. They got thumbs, man.
I think it is Michael Jackson.
That's it. That's what's playing in the background. He tearing that manatee up with the fucking Goldilocks blowing.
That's what he's fucking the manatee to.
Right on rhythm too.
the
with
water?
It. On
Like,
rhythm to just stroke it.
Hair just
Hair
flowing.
flowing.
Hair flowing, man.
You breathe.
Yeah.
Whatever
Tongue
sound
out.
effect.
Tongue. Jesus Christ.
Shit.
Oh Lord.
And here comes a little wave crashing in real quick.
The manatee's starting to get into it now.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
when that part
Starting
comes
to
in, the
feel it.
manatee grabs him by the back of the head and is like, yeah.
Did he have some pussy waiting on him on the other side?
Who?
Free Willy. Did he roll out solo or he
No,
had some
that was
pussy waiting
fam.
on
He
him?
had family, and there was family on the other side.
I thought there was something like
But
that.
you know he was getting something.
There was
Free
gonna be
Willy
some
got
pussy.
out.
The family gonna hook him up with some
Oh
pussy.
yeah, he's got something lined up.
Like, yo, here's my cousin, man. His fins bent, but he
Dude,
good.
the concept of Aquaman banging a manatee on the rocks with the rock splashing, with the water splashing around to this song, that's really funny.
That's HBO shit.
You can see it. You
really
can imagine
fucking
it.
funny.
That's
We
HBO,
done
man.
set every
That's
scene
Disney
up.
Plus. Disney Plus shit for sure. Y'all got it real late out here, bro. All y'all just ain't regular Disney.
Yeah, because they're having trouble, right, with all these superhero
Oh, yeah,
movies. So
yeah,
if
they
they
really
had
are.
if they had Aquaman bangs a manatee as the next superhero movie, that
This
motherfucker's
shit with some plush ass hair, just
coming
fucking, and the wind going a little bit, like the CGI when his hair was always moving in the movie.
Oh, man.
They could probably pull something. There's
I'm
somebody
with
in some fucking 80-year-old mom's basement that's like, yeah, I'm gonna get all them fucking films. She's Disney Plus
What
classics.
the
is my
fuck? Wait a
fave.
minute. Did you just say it's some 80-year-old's woman's basement?
An 80-year-old living in his parents' basement is gonna get the whole set of all them motherfuckers.
An 80-year-old living in his
Alright,
parents'
60.
basement.
yeah, that's a little much.
Yeah, the parents is dead. So the motherfucker don't even know his parents are gone. He just been living in the
Maybe.
basement the whole time.
We could have
He's in a van down by the river.
Madison, South Central Society.
Well, drinking your juice in the hood.
You
He's-
could have whatever. What was his son was reading to his dad or some shit like that? What was that? What was
Oh,
that?
where
Reading
his
him the
dad,
story?
his dad,
dad was
3
younger than
years
him.
younger than him, or 5 years younger than him.
See, what you're gonna do is when I'm asleep, you're gonna trim my ball hair, and then you're gonna organize my
organize my-
Sega Genesis
yeah.
games.
Oh man, you a fool, man.
There's definitely something wrong with somebody always at this show.
That is true.
Like between the three of us, somebody's saying something wrong.
It's the think tank,
Something
man. That's
fucked
what
up.
it is. It's the years that we've been doing this together. That's all it is.
But still, though, I don't understand what the Jew's talking about sometimes.
Yeah, but
I don't know how you
it
do.
varies.
We
Y'all
ride
sit
with
there
it.
and
We
laugh
ride
about
with
this fucking whatever the concept was from the last
Because he's
episode.
just a fool.
I
and
still
you
don't
just
even.
ride with it.
I can't even go. But I try to, and I'm so far out of understanding. I'm like, what exactly are
Like,
we even talking about right
You're just
now?
in the car with him, and we just go. That's it. There's no real direction. We'd have probably spun the block 3 times and don't know where the fuck we ended up at.
We're making lefts.
Yep. Keep
But
turning left.
Going where we're going.
Keep turning
That's
left.
it.
Hey, keep turning left. Go a couple more blocks now. Turn left. We'll get out of here
Just make it
somehow.
We're
lefts.
on this journey together.
Yeah. Welcome aboard the rickety ship,
Speaking of which,
motherfuckers.
rickety shit, motherfuckers, we gonna be out at Erotica Exotica up here in Dulles on Friday.
San Diego Press.
No,
Coming to you.
yeah. We straight pressing it. We out here. We got our,
Oh yeah, hell
we got
yeah!
our badges.
Press passes in the house coming through.
Yeah. We gonna be there official.
Mad
Press pass.
professional.
Asking questions.
Shout
seeing
out
what's
to Mike
going on.
Dizzle for the press passes.
There it is. We good to go. We in this house. We in this piece. We gonna ask y'all, see what's up. If you got questions that y'all want us to ask certain motherfuckers.
I'm rocking my press pass at Cannabis 2.
Absolutely.
I thought you wasn't gonna be. Oh wait, you going to the first show?
going
You
Friday.
Friday. You going Friday?
Yeah, I got to sign up for that day off.
There you go.
For sure, I'm taking that Friday off. I'm gonna be there Friday and
It's
Saturday.
late, right? I think it's afternoon.
It's got to be late because
I don't
all
know,
that
man.
traffic that's gonna be in there.
I don't know. I don't know. It's tough.
That's gonna be rough.
tough.
That's gonna be
It's
a
tough.
rough day up in that bitch. Cause you'd have to stay until it's over that night. You would have to just because the sheer traffic.
Trying to leave any earlier to
You
get out
wouldn't
of
be able to
town.
leave early.
Yeah.
Yeah. You.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into this thing.
Yeah.
2 days of cannabis festival is a lot to try to comprehend. I need to think about this more.
I'm truthfully now the Fox is out. I mean, I'm still going, you know what I mean? But I ain't got no people on the list I really need to go see, you know what I'm screaming?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
you ain't
yeah.
even seen the list yet, cause the vendor list comes out like when it gets closer.
Yeah, but I mean, before I was going holler at Fox, Lambda,
I know I'm fucking definitely gonna holler
my boy
at
Pimp.
fucking the people that had the mushroom gummies that you had. I'm getting me a pack of them, like at least 5, 6. I'm bringing an ice bag with me, cause I'm loading up on fucking some goddamn shroom gummies, man. Fuck the bullshit.
Hell yeah,
I
Mike.
know I can take the motherfuckers to hell. The fuck yeah, I'm
you
getting me
should.
some shroom
I'm happy for you, Mike.
gummies.
You should.
Thank you.
No,
thank
that's a
you.
good time, man.
Fuck yeah, cause we was fucked up. Man,
Them
this
chocolates too.
motherfucker,
If you can figure out where them
goddamn.
little chocolates come in that little purple little square
yeah,
joint,
yeah.
those joints was.
They had them, but see, we didn't have no place because it was hot.
Jimmy
you know
said
what I
those
mean?
motherfuckers was delicious.
The chocolate joints,
They
yeah.
fucked him up.
Matter of fact, that was
Oh, yeah, I remember
that was
that.
the dude that gave me that shit. Like when we was heading, I was like, "Here, take these." All right, that's cool. And we didn't know what the fuck they was, so he was like, "Man, Smoke will take them. Let him figure out what the fuck they are."
Yeah, there was a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
It was a very eventful event.
Yeah, still a good time though. Still, it's always a fucking good time up there.
Mm-hmm.
When we go do that, the cannabis festival, it's always a fucking
Always.
blast.
It is always a good time.
Yeah, we've never had a bad time up that bitch. Even when it rained on us last year, we still had a good fucking
Dude,
time.
I was so pleased with my Mason and French Show Gonzo jacket. The way that motherfucker kept me warm, it was like a wetsuit out there.
Yeah.
That was an amazing jacket to get caught in the rain wearing. You could buy one for yourself at the masonandfrenchshow.com. Check that shit out.
There you go, there you go.
Under the merchandise and the jacket shit, the white joint with the big Gonzo heads on them, on the sleeves and shit, mad fire.
There you go, yes sir.
Yeah, I was definitely like pleased with a lot with that experience.
Yeah.
Even in the rain, like
Like we got in there faster than before. We was able to get in, do boom boom boom, hit everything we need to hit, and then still fuck around, talk to people, and then get out of there too. Like we were able to cover so much ground way quicker than we ever covered before. Like we covered a lot of shit that day.
it was a nice setup.
We
Yeah.
also knew that the rain was coming.
Well, there was
There
definitely a
was no way
sense of
out of it.
urgency.
Yeah.
There was no way out of it. We knew it was gonna fucking come down.
To accomplish what we accomplished, there was a definite sense of urgency.
Yeah.
And it was a good time. Like, shout out to the girl that dragged me over to the mushrooms, wherever the fuck that came from.
Yeah, because that
was
was just
amazing.
like, oh, we got to follow us.
She's
And
like, I
then
know what that is, let's go.
There we went. But that's all it was like, man, I'm trying to find it. Oh, I know where they are. Let's go. And then that's where we went.
Bet, show me, girl.
And we walked on into the sunset.
And then we got that, and it was like, storm's coming, and it was time to go at that point.
Yeah,
Like,
because that's
got
when I
this.
started seeing motherfuckers start running. I'm like, what the fuck they running for?
Yeah, they were running us out of there.
I'm like, why are they running though? Like, you don't need to run.
They think they're going to run and beat the rain.
Yeah,
You
like-
ain't going to beat the rain over a course of a mile and a half
Well,
when
it
it's
was
already
dangerous.
started
At that
raining.
point in time, it was dangerous rain happening. It was evacuation rain. There, like lightning and shit around there.
What was
Fucking white
dangerous?
people all over the
Yeah.
goddamn
What
place.
was dangerous was the state of the tunnels underneath
That's
the
the thing,
tunnels.
yes.
That's what was dangerous.
All the motherfuckers that was packed under there, like, oh,
Just trying to
man.
stand still and chill. I'm like, let this flow through. We trying to leave. I don't give a fuck about getting
Those
rained
were
on.
dumbasses that was going to try to actually stay for that motherfucker.
That's true.
Thinking
too,
they was going to
probably.
open it back up, and there
They
was
did.
probably
They
some
did,
dumbasses
but
that
that
actually
was
did stay.
hours
Hours.
later. Like,
Yeah.
fucking 5 hours later.
To do that right you would have had to walk back out to your vehicle, change your clothes, and go back in.
Yeah.
but
New clothes dried
amount of
off.
shit that the deals that them boys got when they went back.
Oh yeah, because
Anybody that was
Had to
still
be
vending.
almost giving shit away.
Anybody
because
that
was
was still
Saturday,
vending.
right? And were they doing it Sunday?
no.
It was
No,
that
it was
that
just
was
Saturday.
done. Yeah,
They
that
got the
shit was,
contest.
Yeah, that shit was done.
They got the
Saturday.
growing
So-
contest the next day in
Because my
somewhere else.
cousin stayed and he was like, yo, they was just handing shit out like they had to because they came with so much shit.
Yeah, they didn't come back with all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to drive back to wherever with all that shit still. You didn't want to drive there with all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
What a
man.
sketchy world. Sure,
Yeah,
be
which
nice
is
if we
still
could just,
fucked up.
should be nice if we could just
Like-
get everything nice and legal. Everybody could buy shit like
You
they want to
can
buy.
you got recreational in certain states, but you can't transport it from one state to the other state.
Yeah,
Yeah.
federal interstate traffic.
Yeah.
Even if you go from one state where it's legal to another state where it's legal, I'm pretty sure that's not
That's
legal.
still trafficking
Yeah, it's still
under
trafficking.
federal law. Yeah.
Right.
Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Nah, there's no way to make it make sense. Like, that's what we do with our government. We make things not make sense.
A lot of shit.
On purpose.
Yeah.
Intentionally. That's why you got to vote RFK. He's the only one trying to come up with ways to fix things.
Something. At least some. He better than the other two.
Well, he's not the other two, and that's enough for me.
Yeah.
Not to mention everything else.
He's actually there. He's supposed to be on the debates.
If he can
here
maintain
soon. Yeah.
above 20% in the polls, he'll be on the debates. He'll be
Yeah.
third in the debates. He'll crush them in the
Oh,
debates.
with no
They won't-
problem.
Mop the
they're
fucking
not gonna
floor
let
with
that happen, man. You got a regular person that can talk.
Bullshit.
No,
opposed to them
fuck
two
that.
motherfuckers,
That's
like-
that. They set up the rules years ago after
Yeah,
Ross Perot.
after Perot.
If he pulls off the kind of fucking threshold that they set up, then he absolutely deserves to be in there, and he'll absolutely
for
crush
sure.
them. He'll mop the fucking floor with them.
Oh, for sure.
And then people will know who he is.
Like
Like,
he's holding up at like a 25, 27, somewhere around there. He's up in the high 20s right
well, like,
now.
cause like the beautiful Dimples up at Lust last week didn't know who he was.
The
I was
beautiful
like, he's-
dimples, man. I like that stripper name.
You like
boy.
that?
God
Yeah.
damn, the beautiful
And
dimples.
if she got dimples, bro, come
What?
on, man.
I like that we
Top
like.
dimples, bottom dimples.
I like
Dimples,
the
yeah.
non-identifiable. I like that it's non-identifiable. I've protected the anonymity
Yeah.
of Dimples. Because I don't think there was any girl there named Dimples.
Nah, I used
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I
Nah, they was probably paprika, but there definitely wasn't no
There
dimples.
wasn't no
Dimples.
Dimples.
Paprika.
I don't think there was even a
They
paprika.
might not have been, man. They weren't that fucking.
There's like, I don't even, you know what, I didn't even hear many of the other names. Even the other girl that I found particularly attractive, I
never
didn't
did.
figure out
Usually
what her
they
name
call them
was.
Bitches. That's the one thing I like about the shoe is they call them bitches up there. Like,
Yeah,
Well, they
they
did.
called him to the
Hey,
stage.
Cinnamon, get the fuck up
No,
in
they
here,
did,
man.
though. They did. Because,
Oh,
like,
did
when
they?
I was talking to Dimples, they started talking, and she was like, shh, hold on. Oh, I gotta go on stage. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, actually,
you know
it
what I'm
must have
saying?
been low then.
So, like, yeah, I could hear it, but I couldn't, like, understand it. So, I guess it's like, they're like, it's up to you girls to listen for when we call you on
They
stage.
ain't like Buddy. Front door, Buddy.
Buddy,
front
Buddy.
door.
Buddy's the dude though, because Buddy's been
Front
doing
door,
it for
Buddy.
30 years plus.
Yeah, he's still doing it.
Is he really?
Yeah, it's gotta be his club
Is he
now.
a golden?
God damn.
It's him and that one little Spanish boy that they had doing all the work, the young buck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's like the big. It's him and Buddy now.
Oh, wow. Good job for them, too,
But he's
man.
fucking just like he was before. But now he's got power. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, Buddy was the man, yo. Fucking Buddy. Still getting it in, man. That motherfucker gotta be at least, he's gotta be like 70
He
now.
probably lived right beside the motherfucker, the house right beside some bitch. You know what I
Maybe.
mean? The way he rolled.
But he's gotta be at least 70
Probably
now.
just walk across the street to work.
Because he was there when we were younger. like in our
titties and
20s.
shit. Yeah. Like I said, the
Yeah,
last time I went there, he was still there.
He's gotta be at least 70. Damn near 80 years old.
But, you know, if you owned and ran a place like that, you wouldn't want to live more than a few miles away.
Nah.
yeah.
I'll be right around the way all the
I
time.
definitely won't be walking distance if I'm like leaving there at 2, 3 in the fucking morning, 4, 5 in the morning. Fuck.
That's a dangerous lifestyle. If I'm like running a strip club and leaving that sucker at 4 in the morning on a regular basis, wasted, that's. I don't know if I'd even want to walk because, you know.
Well, see, that's where you had to be responsible with your shit. Like, all right, I know I gotta get up out of here. Let me make sure I got my head together. Hey, these bitches can be drunk, but I gotta make sure I'm right because I got the money.
You stay there all night. You stay there until the guy.
Be like,
You'd be the last one out if you're really running a ship like
If you're
that.
paying money, especially that place because there ain't no liquor license, so
be like Dollar Bill and fucking Players Club.
they stay open just as long as that money coming out. It be like I said, no shit. We've come home daylight and shit.
Like you walk out the club and it's
Yeah, it's
daytime.
getting daylight
Bruh,
and
the
shit.
sun's already coming. We left that one time. God damn it, man.
See, this does not seem appealing to me.
Bruh,
That level of late night?
We went to one spot.
We just
then
chilling
went
though,
to
but
the hole in
it's
the
because you're
wall.
chilling with those strippers. At that place, you're sitting down
Bruh.
like we was, but we're at like the booth chilling with these bitches. You know what I
Look.
mean? Just chilling, talking.
We go in this
Bullshit.
bitch and there's no windows, so you can't see what the fuck it looks like outside.
Well,
till
it was
you
like
leave.
that. It was definitely like that here.
So when we fucking went out and we looked up and I'm like, oh man, the sky's already fucking blue. Like, what time is it? And we looked, it's like damn near 7 o'clock. We're like, we've been up this motherfucker for fucking a whole goddamn day and then had to drive back off that bitch and the sun's coming up behind you. You're like, oh, it's gonna be a rough fucking morning, yo. Like, god damn it. Oh man, but see, that was when we could recover better.
Yeah, we was
There ain't
young.
no way we could recover like
We
that
was always
now.
rolling deep, 4 or 5 deep.
Fuck
when we were out there doing
yeah,
that shit.
man. We go up that motherfucker with no problem, have a blast, stop Waffle House, eat, laugh, bullshit, come on down the road, and then get them and be good. But now, you can't do that shit now, not now at our age. Nah, fuck though. That's too much.
Well, it's too outside of the regular. Like when you're staying up late on a regular, it's
And it's
not
too
that big a
risky.
deal. But
That too, yeah.
That was like last night. I was gonna come home, but man, it got to fucking that damn late, and I was already drinking. I'm like, nah.
Nah, plus you was at the safe spot, man. You was good to
Cops
stay
out,
there.
cops now. It's just cops and truckers out. And it's holiday weekend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And there's all road blockable roads I'm traveling
Well,
on.
like,
You know what I mean?
it's
I'm like,
almost
fuck.
worth. It's almost worth getting a hotel up that way these days at our age.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna go up here, stay till 2, hop over
Well,
to the
up there
hotel.
ain't too bad because you jump right on 81, 66. You know
Yeah,
you ain't
you're-
really
you're
gonna have a
home.
roadblock on that motherfucker.
I mean,
you
hell,
know what I mean?
Luster's only an hour and 20 from my house, so that's not far.
No.
If we're on main roads.
Nah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
especially if I were to get a hotel, stay till 10 in the morning, get up, be somewhat
Oh, yeah,
refreshed,
yeah.
and go home. Like
Yeah.
that's a whole other ball game than driving that way home all half wasted. Or
Well, that place closed at 3, I think.
is that
Yeah.
when?
I think that's what
Man,
I
I
saw.
saw the schedule. They open up at 11 and close at 3, like 11 in
11
the morning.
a.m., yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, god damn.
But they were still serving drinks when we left at like 2 something, I thought.
Oh yeah, no, they were. When did we leave?
We left. It was late, bro. We got home at like damn 2:30.
Got home. I went to bed around 4.
That's what I'm saying. We got home at like 3ish. I want to say.
Yeah, I think so. But it was weird because like I wasn't at all like I definitely was not drunk. But it would have been cool to like have a hotel and just go there and crash out. Like that would have been a lot cooler than
Yeah,
making that
making that
trek
ride
like
back.
that. Yeah. You know, and I can almost afford that. I can
It's
kind
a little bit of a long.
kind
It's
of pull
definitely a
that
longer
off.
ride than Golden Shoe.
Yeah.
It's probably 20 more minutes.
Now, Erotica got some fucking shit going on. Archibald's Gentlemen's Club up there in D.C. I think that's the Saturday.
Yeah, but they don't got no exposed for JJ.
No,
I ain't
no,
going for that.
DC don't do
man,
that.
save
Plus,
your
it's-
money, man.
It's a lot more expensive out there.
Save your
Yeah,
money.
I like a
Fuck them
not
bitches.
stuck up
The
girl.
one time that I went to DC to the strip club out there, man, the fucking the money. I paid $20 for a drink that came in a joint the size, literally width, length of my pinky.
It was exactly what would fit as technically a shot, and that,
Yes.
you couldn't overfill it.
No, not at all.
Like the
because
tiniest
it,
to drink.
It was like the bouncer was like 2 of me, but tall as Biggie. Like this motherfucker, his fucking arm
He was
big as my
5'50"
side.
slim.
Yeah, easy. So fucking we get there and he's like, all right, you gotta go to the bar. I'm like, what am I going to the bar for? He's like, that's how you get in. Go to the bar. I'm like, well, all right. So they had it roped off to where I had to, in order to get in, you have
Like
to
you
go
gotta
the
buy
bar.
drinks to go
you
in?
You have to buy a drink to get in. So
That's
I'm
in
like,
DC.
Yeah. So I'm like, yo,
Did you pay cover too, or that's your cover?
that was the cover
All right, well,
going
that
in.
ain't bad.
That's all right. If that's my
But
cover, that ain't
The
bad.
drink was this.
Yeah, I
my
mean,
pinky.
yeah, it's free. It's free drink, really.
I'm like, yo, let me get.
Kinda.
So I'm like, I'm gonna get the cheapest.
But that was $20.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
What's
get
the
this.
minimum?
That is the
That
minimum.
is.
You gotta buy one drink minimum.
Yeah. So I'm like, all
Just
right.
like where we went, just it's $20 to get
So
in.
I'm thinking I'm getting the cheapest drink. I'm like, yo, let me get a vodka cranberry. They're like, we don't have cranberry. I'm like, well, put vodka with whatever juice you got. Like,
Vodka and juice.
yeah. So they gave me a vodka and pineapple. I'm like, fuck it. And they gave it to me. I'm like,
And that was in a shot?
yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Shit you not, bruh. I said, what the fuck is this? I was like, all right, cool. I'm in here. So I booked the motherfucker, go in, and man, these motherfucking thick bitches, I mean, just nothing but ass everywhere.
So it's big booty bitches.
Oh my God, yes. These are the video vixens that you see.
Yeah, there's
And
beautiful
fucking-
bitches, but
These motherfucking bras up in there, they was not fucking taking $1. You had to have at least a stack on you. Like there was motherfuckers in there. There was a dude at one stage had a duffel bag, and he was just reaching down and just
Well, you know,
reaching down, just doing that.
like
You
I
know?
don't even know how to do what I'm doing a lot of the times. Like I've only been to this thing a couple times, right? So I got to dance with Dimples, and we went in there, and like. And in hindsight, I'm like, again, I guess I should have gave her some more money or something. I don't even know. Like,
You could have.
I mean,
if you
we were
wanted
just in
to,
there
but-
having a nice conversation.
But she already
so
got
like,
paid off the cut
yeah,
off that dance.
she did.
Yeah.
You know,
tipping her on top of the painter?
right.
You don't need
I'm like, because I was thinking, no. I was thinking about like the layout of the room, and I was like, I guess the way this thing is laid out, like you could kind of like people probably do that shit where they're like, come here and wave your pussy in my face, and I'm gonna throw money around. Like,
Yeah.
these people are wild as shit, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm like, I'm not a standard strip club.
DC's not set up like that.
Type of
DC
dude.
is for ballers. Like my homie
But
was
can you
there.
get that if you're balling really hard?
Probably.
I don't know, man.
was-
That's the place.
doesn't sound
that's
like it
the
to me.
place I went where I asked Steve asked to get this one stripper to give me a lap dance, and she said, "Well, why would I do something like that?"
yeah.
And that's
Man,
what I said, because you're a stripper, and that's what you're here for. And then we left. Not
Yeah.
because we had to, but I was just like, well, I mean, what are we doing here?
Because it was more comfortable to leave at that
Yeah,
point.
we-
I had a homie. He had $1 try to give to a bitch up there, and she was like, "What's that?" He said, "It's $1 for you." She goes, "Pfft, she gonna need more than $1 for me to shake this
See-
ass," and walked away. And I'm like, "Yo, this ain't where we need to be at."
Well, but
bro."
like that was the thing. Like the Jew thought they were stuck up, and I didn't think they were. Like I was sitting there. There was like the two different ones. There was one that I watched on the table and threw a fair amount of money at, and then there was the one that I got to dance with, Dimples, that I really liked and had a
Yeah.
good time
They
talking
all
to.
weren't stuck up.
But well, that's my thing. I think like because like the one that was on the thing that was dancing, right? That I threw money at. I was throwing some ones.
That's
I
the black hair chick?
Yeah, the black hair chick.
Yeah,
I
she
ran
made
out.
a little sandwich for me, and she would have been pretty good. But she was working. She was
Well-
trying. She was slapping the shit out of her ass and hurting
Dude,
the fuck
she
out
was-
of her
she was really doing
I
it.
knew she was.
She was like, "My ass is
I'm
sore,"
"Bitch,
and
why
I
you
was
keep
like-
slapping your little ass. You know that shit hurt.
I think she likes it. I
You
told
said-
Jubu, I was like, that bitch likes it in real life. Like if you fucking her, you gotta spank that
It
ass.
was
man.
every time she
She
slapped her ass, she
slapping
would say,
her
"Ow." She'd tell whoever the fuck she slapped her ass for
She really was,
and then
man.
She
It was-
slap it again. I'm like, bitch, stop slapping the same cheek with that little thing.
I
man.
mean, I wanted to rub it. She was slapping it so much. I wanted to go, damn, girl.
but it
you
wasn't
know, like
bad. She didn't have a handprint on there, so I didn't know if she was serious or not. You know what I mean?
she was
slapping,
definitely making it make the
stinging.
noise. She was
Yeah.
stinging
She was
noise.
definitely slapping that ass.
She was
But
really-
I don't know if it was really hurting like she was saying it was hurting, but like I said, I didn't see fingerprints by the time.
I mean, it
'Cause
was-
she kept slapping the same cheek, you know what I mean? It was
If she slapping her-
She would do
Bam,
both,
bam, yeah.
and then she was doing one. You know what I'm saying? She both handed, and she would do one hand, and
If, you,
she was.
if
I mean,
she's slapping her own cheek, she ain't hurting herself. You ain't hurting your own cheeks.
well, there was definitely not handprint coming up.
Yeah.
Like there was no marks. She didn't have whelps raising up.
Repeatedly though, bro.
She was doing it a lot, Mike.
Repeatedly, bro.
I
I'm
mean-
telling you, that was her move,
There
bro.
was a lot of them doing it though.
Oh, like
There was
that.
a lot of them doing it. They would stick their shit up in the
Yeah.
air and they would go bang, bang, bang on their butt cheeks or something like
Like
that.
the sweaty bitch that was
or they'd
beating
be
her
hanging
fucking
on the
pole.
pole. They'd be hanging on the pole and then they'd be slapping their ass. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
there was this one bitch when me and this motherfucker went to the strip club, and this bitch, man, was just beating her ass up on this fucking like rail. I mean, she was nailing this fucking rail. Like,
Shout out to Jasmine, man. Smoke paprika. That was smoke paprika
was-
doing that.
The rail, like you're at the stage and the rail's right here, like this is a brass rail.
Right.
And this bitch is just slamming her ass into it, just bow, bow.
She was like backing into it or hitting the rail
Hitting it
with
with
her
her
ass.
side, yeah,
She was
I mean,
bouncing on it or something.
No, she's hitting the rail with her ass. So this is so this is the rail, this is her ass, and this is the side of her ass cheek, and she just whipping
Like on her
it.
hip.
Like
she was
hipping
hipping
it,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but she's not like she is just running this motherfucker right into like she's done it to where she got bruises that night.
That
like the
sounds
bruises started
awful.
showing up. Like
No, that's awful.
this bitch is going ham right here, yo. I mean, was tearing her ass up. Like she was moving the rail. Like this bitch was about to
That
come
bitch was
off.
doing shit.
But yeah, but like, I don't know. I thought that they were definitely like some of them were like earning money and some of them weren't. I understand like the realm of what the Jew's talking about. I don't
Yeah.
know. I guess we're gonna have to go to. I'm gonna have to go to the Golden Horseshoe with you at some point to see what difference you're speaking speaking of,
Motherfucker, when you see that one bitch, that yoga instructor that live in Berryville, get up on that thing, start swinging all thing, motherfucker.
Yeah, because I think
Bitch doing
gold.
pull-ups at one-handed pull-ups and shit, standing on the bar, like doing this shit where she vertical.
no, like
spinning
that's
around and shit, like okay.
that's definitely I want to see that because that's what I watch the pole chicks on the Instagram do that I
This
have.
chick
Like
be-
they're really good at it, and they
I'm trying
can
to
do
tell
that
you.
thing where they stand like this. On the hand, like their
Yeah, where
hands
their
on the
body-
pole,
where their
and they're
body
going
fucking-
around. They get their legs straight out
Yeah.
and everything. And I always think if the chick was doing that at the strip club, I would definitely be tossing some money.
It wasn't until yesterday, year old, where I realized that those poles spin.
What pole spin? The
The
stripper
stripper
poles?
poles was spinning last night, cuz. That's how they're able to do the running shit when they're spinning. Because the fucking pole fucking moves.
No, that makes sense. No, that makes sense. It
I was
might.
looking at the grease. There was the
Oh,
bitches
shit.
was greasing shit up in the handprints. I'm telling you, dog.
Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Motherfucking pole is. That's how these bitches. You cheating bitches.
No,
man.
they're not
I'm like,
cheating.
damn.
They're not cheating.
I was like,
You
I'm
thought
definitely
all the time.
That's a-
I
but
said,
that's a
every
pole.
night I'm definitely going up for a spin in the
But that's a pole with ball bearings in it. That's a spit pole
Well,
with
that's
ball
the same.
bearings in it.
I
So
always thought it was.
it's got an
stationary.
internal shaft and an external shaft with like ball bearings in between, enabling it to spin. So that's got to be part of like the design element of a stripper pole, which is the difference between like the pole you would slide down if you were a
Fireman
fireman.
pole.
Well, yeah,
You
yeah,
know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, that bitch ain't moving. But I never knew that they spun. I always
I didn't
thought
know
that
they
those
did
motherfuckers
till
was in
that.
place.
I didn't either till you mentioned it, and I'm like, okay, well that makes sense because I do see them where like the girl will grab it one-handed and she's flying around it, and
Yeah.
I've never understood because she's definitely
how you get started.
like how do you hold it? Like what level? In your brain you're thinking she must be holding it at a certain tightness in order to be
spin
able to
it with a
spin and
wrist,
not
yeah.
lose control of it. But no, the pole itself is spinning. That
whole
makes
pole itself is
an
spinning.
insane amount of sense.
yeah, and I was like, damn, look at that.
Look at that.
It
We go
also
to
makes sense why they're not all rug burned to fuck when
Right.
they be doing
Ah,
it,
yeah,
spinning
yeah.
and
No,
doing
you
that
get
other
rug
shit.
burn when you do the drop. And
When
the
you do the
black hair
drop,
girl
yeah.
did the drop at one point. I was like, God damn, that girl is badass.
But all the spinning, the amount of fucking rug burn or fucking Indian burn, whatever you want to call it, man.
Right,
you know,
right.
shout out to old
Some
school.
pole
Well, because they'll
burn.
do that pole shit where you like hanging onto it
Yeah.
5 feet up or whatever, let go and then catch
Well,
yourself at 2 feet.
even when they lock it in between here and then slide the fuck down, I'm like, all right now, you about to, you
Yeah.
definitely shaving. You burn it all. There's definitely some hair there. That motherfucker singed the fuck going on.
It looks rough. That part looks
It's
rough.
like, damn, girl.
But yeah, no,
If
I
you
was.
catch that motherfucker, boy, and rip one out.
I was-
this
I was
bitch put
thoroughly
some, like,
dealing.
fucking white lotion or some shit on that pole or some shit like or grease or something. I don't know what the fuck, but I was able to see like different handprints and shit. I'm like, that motherfucker's actually spinning. Motherfucker.
Yeah, because then the next one will come out and wipe all that shit
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, because they always
And do
take a
her own
towel,
thing,
wipe
yeah.
it down
Wipe it
real
down,
quick.
yeah.
Well, which makes sense. You don't want to get anybody else's
Some of
stinking
them bitches will
crud.
wipe the floor and shit. Like they have a little bleach rag, and they'll like kind of like
Yeah, because
touch
you
up
got
the floor.
booty juices.
Yeah,
you
you
know
got,
what I mean?
yeah, they do that to shoe because
You don't want to lay down at
at
somebody else's booty
You got
juice
that
because
bad
you gotta
juice all
think,
over.
if a bitch lay down in the wet spot, she gonna wonder, oh man, my back's in this wet spot. I gotta shake my ass in front of this guy that's paying me right now. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
God damn it, cinnamon.
Well, yeah, you kind of want to put your own funk down, and then so I mean, I don't know. I think I'd clean before and after if I was doing that
You ain't
shit.
got time to clean after. Really.
That's true too.
Yeah,
They're just
because
grabbing
you
their
gotta
money and
get on the
going.
next stage, yeah. But that's
Well,
why
they were just getting down and chilling for a while with the crowd, I guess, looking to get some dances and such.
They, they're trying to
makes
work
sense.
the crowd to get the money because that's where their
Right.
money's coming in, and they're
Right.
not getting the money off the stage.
ain't getting money off stage,
They're
they're
getting the money
on the
from the
room.
dance.
Well, they're getting some money on stage, but not a
Yeah,
whole
but
lot.
not a whole lot.
You're
They're-
Yeah,
talking
but the
like-
house ain't getting none of that. That's the thing. Well, the house
Yeah.
is probably getting 5% of the whatever their earnings, or 10% of the whole total.
I don't know. I think
total
that's
earnings.
probably tough to keep track of. I think the house is keeping most of the dance money and then giving them like a third or quarter or fifth
They're
or.
probably just letting them keep
third or-
what they're making. Cash
You keep what you
dance-wise,
make on the
know what I'm
dance
saying?
floor, I
But
think.
they definitely get a cut out of
Oh, yeah.
all their privates and all the other shit.
Yeah, because you hand the guy the thing and then he hands her some money and then y'all go do
Too
your
hard to
thing.
justify trying to tax out a bitch how much she made every night.
But it was funny because I gave the
How
girl.
much titty money you got in there?
I gave the
you know
girl.
what I mean?
I gave Dimples a 20 towards the end, and I was like, it was a little weird, but I was like, it's a tip, like on top of the thing.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't want to be all like normal stripper douchebag dude. You know what I'm saying? To like strippers, like I don't want to be like,
Hey, don't grab on them and just hit on them too much, and then you won't be that guy.
Yeah. Because they deal with the fucking local yokels that be up in there all the time. Like that one
The
time.
groping they don't really like.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
when I
They
went,
like the
with
clinging as long as you ain't groping.
I went with a homie.
Yeah, well, like, don't, like, I wouldn't want to get too touchy on these things. I'm like, well, I'd love to have a taste of that sometime, but not here. You know what I mean? Like,
The only strip club where I was able
like-
to get touchy-feely was the hole in the wall when the bitch threw up on my shoe.
yeah, but that sounds
was-
completely unappealing to me. Like, if I'm at a strip club where I can get real touchy and
That
feely with,
place-
like, I don't necessarily
That
want
place was
to.
real different because
Like-
you got to do because he was able to slap ass. And
'Cause that sounds
motherfucker
like-
just slapping the shit out some ass.
I mean, I gotta, like, touch booty cheek while I was in there.
We went there a lot though.
yeah,
well, you know,
yeah, you got a point there too.
went there a lot.
Yeah, you got a point there.
But, like, yeah,
But-
I was there with a
Okay,
handle, so that, that was
That was also the key too because we had liquor.
I had a handle, and I'm like, well, I'd rather not take this open container back. So.
and you were probably giving them drinks too,
Yeah,
weren't
I'm
you?
like, yeah,
Right.
I'm like, I already bought it. I don't want to dry. I don't want
Right.
to take it home open. I'd rather everybody drink this motherfucker.
Right, we need to kill this bottle.
Yes, between
Absolutely.
me, you, and Jay, and me, Jay, and Jim, or whatever the fuck, between
yeah.
2 or 3 other bitches,
Yeah.
go ahead and handle this bottle real quick.
Yeah. So yeah, it sounds like I'm gonna have to go back there at some point.
But you can have a little bag of ice, your cups, your 2 liters, your handle, right there at the fucking table.
Yeah.
Anything you need except for a couple joints.
There's gonna be a lot of naked chicks in the next couple of weeks. Like there was naked girls this weekend. There's gonna be
Every
naked girls
this
next weekend. And I might just carry my ass right back out to the strip club the next weekend.
I know. Where you got what's the name? Daniel chick, whatever, coming out there. Where?
Dale.
Oh, Stormy Daniels.
Daniels, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that's,
I'm not.
that's Saturday.
that's
She's out there on Saturday, but
Well,
it's the
she's doing
same
a
day
book
that she's
reading.
Exotica. She's at Exotica, and then
Yeah.
she's gonna go out there and do that, or maybe vice versa. I'm
Oh,
not
wait, but
sure.
she's going to where?
She's at Exotica, and she's going to be at Lusk
Shut
on
up.
December 2nd.
Say, Shut
Same
up.
weekend.
They had Afro-Man
Double
this
dipping. I'm
weekend.
telling you, that girl is fucking hustling, yo.
Hey, look, if she still got it and flaunt it, fuck it, get it.
Yeah, but it don't matter. You can throw that thing around West Virginia, and everybody's gonna soak that up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's interesting to me because we're sitting in there and they kept playing this Kid Rock cut in between songs or some shit.
Yeah, between every dance that they play one generic ass song.
But it was a verse from it, and I'll bet you it was an attention getter for the girls to listen for their names to be called to come up on the stage
Yeah.
next. I'll bet you it's
Like
got
they
something.
knew
There's
that
a
when this
process.
song come on, we got to pay attention.
Yeah,
real quick.
I've never seen that before.
Like, because they were playing the same like Kid Rock verse.
Yeah, the music would stop. They play that shit, and then new bitches would come out.
But it was interesting to me because Kid Rock comes out with Trump and shit at the UFC, and then they got Stormy Daniels to talk shit about Trump coming out to play there, or strip there, or sign books, or whatever the fuck she's gonna
Yeah,
be
she
doing.
got her book deal.
It's so amusing to me, all the different convergences of people that are like coming to one little strip club.
But see, that's it. People sleep on West Virginia, man. But West Virginia, they had what's his name? Ron Jeremy was up there
they
once.
do a lot of shit.
They do,
especially at the casino,
Yeah,
man.
the
They
porn
was popping.
stars. The porn stars. A lot of porn stars do end up coming up there to
Yeah,
the strip
the
club.
casino was popping.
Who the fuck was the one bitch that went up there that one time? Oh man, I can't remember. It might have been Carmen Electra. I think she did.
Ron
an
Jeremy
appearance up there.
went up to Vixens before, way back in the day.
Yeah, way back in the day.
And they
Boys
do
Ranger
that
bitches.
stuff. They do that stuff on like weekdays. You can go up there like a Thursday night and go to like the casino and hang out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got wing nights one of them days,
Yeah.
Yep. People
which are
sleep
probably
on.
amazing.
But no, I doubt it, dude. The food I had was hot garbage, and like I'm gonna go up there and try something different next time. But like
Food where at the casino?
at the casino.
Oh yeah, you
Oh
can't
yeah,
get on
yeah.
there.
You ain't gonna get
See,
nothing
but
good
that's
at the
whack,
casino.
man. Because like in Vegas, man, the food is good.
Yeah.
Like the food at the casino is banging. Like I was like, look
at
at
restaurants inside the casino. You can't go to that little.
They ain't even
food-off
got
shit
none.
Right there.
They
They
don't
got
have
a
none
Chinese
up there.
joint over there by the.
I wouldn't fucking trust
They
it.
got a Chinese joint by the racetrack. Because that's where we used to get our drinks at the bar right there. I think it's Chinese. Thai? No, I think it's Chinese.
I don't know, man. It would like that was one of the things like from Vegas
But
to
yeah,
there.
that bullshit food over there
Like
is worse than Costco.
Yeah, it's not
Up there at the
impressive.
counter.
Yeah.
It's not impressive at all. I was very sorely disappointed.
Yeah.
And I think like the fact that I had like the pizza like totally ruined my ability to drink. Because like
Just
it just
swung up in
soaked
you,
it
just
all
soaked
up.
everything up
It
like
was
a
like, oh
sponge.
yeah, we can handle that. Like throw a little more whiskey in here. Yeah, we're good. Like I drank a lot of whiskey. Like
Gotcha.
between the casino and the strip club, I probably had 5, 6. And taking 5 or 6 shots for me normally of Knob Creek
Yeah, that
or
would set me
Makers,
right.
I would have been a good bit more drunk than I was.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
shouldn't have been. I shouldn't be really driving on 6 shots. of
Right,
Makers.
right. So like my thought is that like the next time we go, perhaps we get the hotel room action, you know, crash up in the hotels and like really tie one on. Like, is there a hotel right next to one of those strip clubs?
Down 11.
Not really. Probably
It's by Waffle
probably
House.
Lust. There's probably one real close to
saying.
Lust, because that's right. Martin.
Yeah, but I say it's gotta
Right.
be, because that's off 11. So
Because that would be a ball to like go get the hotel, crash there for a bit, drink a little bit, then go to Lust and get drunk and hang out, and then go right back to the hotel and kick it. You know what I'm saying? That would be a much more fun.
as long as it's close by, because like them boys be out there, man. Some
boys be
nights,
out there.
depending on what's going on. That
Yeah,
night,
yeah,
like like wintertime, not so bad. But summer, summer,
And there's probably not a good Uber scene out there. There's
fuck,
probably not a
no.
good taxi
Hell
scene out there.
You ain't getting out of that. You has to fuck well. You on your own trying to figure out your shit out that bitch, man.
Right.
Cause I mean, you might get one of them motherfucking them Ubers from out there, and that might be one of them you got a pretty mouth Uber. You know what I mean? You might have to lock doors on you type Uber.
I
right
mean, that
there.
could be a real, like, not good thing.
You ride and all of a sudden there's some gas that comes up from the seat and you don't know what the fuck's going on, passed out, and you got a motherfucker got a ball gag and looking at you oiled up,
Jesus
ready.
Christ, Mike.
I'm just saying.
You were right there with it. Like, he takes it right to that foul shoe in a basement with a chain on a radiator,
Yeah.
motherfucking water dripping in the corner.
Yep, they got a little speck of light. That's it.
Yeah.
What a
With
player
dust
cool.
particles
Yeah.
floating in it. Like a beam of light going across from a light.
And then you
like
got a
the
motherfucker
sun.
in a dark corner looking at you going, "You're woke. Come here."
Now that you're awake,
Yeah.
slide on over here, honey.
Now that you're awake.
And you're like,
mine.
no. I know,
Do a Jew with the tongue out. Oh man,
Disgusting, Mike.
it ain't my fault, man.
I think it might
That's
be. I think it might just be your fault, dude.
That's just where the wind blew me, like Andre 3K's flute album. That's just the way the wind blew
I
me.
hear that.
Yo, have you looked at the titles to his song on the album?
I mean, I played it a couple episodes ago in the
Yeah.
background, but I didn't pay much attention to it.
If you actually look at the titles to the songs on that album, if he were to spit lyrics to the titles of the songs, that joint would be a hell of a fucking album. You know what I'm saying? But it's a good meditation album. It really is. It's a good. If you need to find a spot where you can sit under a waterfall, you know what I mean, and listen, or sit in the shower and just let the water hit you, have a good, solid, good cry, and get your shit together kind of moment.
There's a number of hotels within 5 miles of Lust, is what it says.
Nice. So I think that's a solid weekend plan there, because then you can go back and get busy with your lady instead of driving an hour and a half and falling asleep when you get
Yeah.
home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know I needed a sandwich when I got home. I was hungry.
Yeah, I probably could have used food, but I just went home and went to sleep.
Yeah, now I think I fucking
So tired, I ain't beat off.
I threw some fucking turkey in a goddamn some bread. I was like, all right, then, bed.
This motherfucker, man, said he was so tired he didn't even beat off. Yeah, you know what? I'll just say, I'll put a pin in that. I'll come back to that tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, with
We'll
that,
reschedule
yeah, that's
that.
right. Masturbation scheduled for tomorrow.
Yeah,
Put a pin in it.
take care of that tomorrow, man. If I can try again.
Got an alarm set on the phone.
Yeah,
Hey,
long.
All right,
Gotta be
Bunner. All
off.
right, Bunner, you keep that in mind for
Self
tomorrow.
workout. 420.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that said, we're going to have to bring this episode of the Mason and Friends show to a close.
Oh, yeah.
Stroke.
We'd like to thank you so much for listening. I'd like to encourage you to listen to old episodes as well as new episodes.
Like, share, subscribe, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right, if you'd like a copy of 1984 or A Brave New World, I got them both ready to hand out, mail out to you. Just send me an address, I'll hook you up. Love to do it. Remind you of the dystopian world that we live in now, with the dystopian world of George Orwell or Aldous Huxley's brain.
There you go. There you go.
You know, interesting shit. But anyway, you know, try to be nice to people that look like you. Be nice to people that don't look like you. Don't be a dick.
Little bits by little bits, ladies and gentlemen. Keep moving forward.
That's right. Keep grinding on the things that you were trying to get done, because that is how things get done.
We believe in you.
And don't forget, we love you very much. We
Love
wish you
y'all.
nothing but the best.
All day, every day.
And peace be with you.
Gone.